Hi guys, welcome to the mix. It's weekly roundup time again, and once again we've got rather too much to tell you about. I think coming up on the summer season, expos and things going on at the moment. You may have seen on social media, obviously Body Power is about a month away. Lots of new releases coming out. And we're doing our best to keep up with them. We've got more in the week ahead, which we'll touch on at the end. But right now, I guess the biggies, some of the American bits we've had in, Quest here, Redcon here, some new energy drinks. So we'll dash through them. Must apologise again for anyone who managed to survive my last video. I knew there was going to be a lot there. I did say, oh, this will be short, won't be too long, don't worry. And it was a record-breaking 45 minutes. So let's see if I can buck that here. Not nearly so much to try, but I do want to show you a couple of bits. Anyway, we are about a week out from Easter as I'm doing this. In fact, I'm doing this on the Sunday. I usually do it on the Saturday. And yeah, Easter Sunday in 1 week. So still got Cocoa Plus eggs on here. We still have a few of those left. So that's our Easter touch on. Obviously last week was kind of more Eastery with the Swolesome feature and the rest. But yeah, just remember they are there. Okay, big exciting stuff, what everyone's probably keen to see right now. Big launch we had on Instagram, our social media, emails too, back end of last week. The extremely pink and cute Chocolate Sprinkled Doughnut from Quest. That's these guys right here. You can't miss the box. It's hazardous looking in the cutest possible way. Chocolate Sprinkled Doughnut, obviously doesn't really matter what's going on in here. I think all of us would agree that the chances of this actually tasting like a chocolate sprinkled donut in any way we know are incredibly unlikely, but still it's a flavour that's going to draw, yes, attention and should be quite a decadent treat. Especially done questy, should be cheap, clean and all the rest of it. So lots of good stuff, trying to be lots of bad stuff or vice versa. Always worth checking out, so we'll show you that. In fact, yeah, I'll dive in straight away with that one now. Obviously, Quest, always things we've had a big focus on in the mix, something I started the company with 5-6 years ago, as you know by now. Still an incredible range of these bars. They still keep pumping them out. As I said on the listing, there are other bars out in the market now, through alternatives available, with kind of triple layers and caramel and various bits and pieces like that. Quest have tried playing around, and indeed this is a coated bar, as you'll see in a sec, but I think there's something has to be said for the guys over in the States have stuck to their kind of legacy heritage format fairly faithfully. They've kept all the good things you know and love about Quest. The clean ingredients, the fairly short ingredients label, the quality whey protein, all gluten-free, all low sugar. There's the high fiber bar thing, the high protein thing. There's just a general attention to detail and care that can be tracked all the way through the years they've been making these bars. And once upon a time, these were the biggest bars in the world by far. So yeah, a lot of heritage goes into every single Quest bar, and they have tried, as I said on the listing, if you saw it on Instagram, pretty much every flavour you can imagine. Like a couple of people chimed in saying, oh, what about this, what about red velvet? Yeah, there are still places they can go, of course, and we'd love to see them making a little more wacky, doing a little more wacky experiments like the maple waffle with the caramelly maple running through it. I'm not sure if that was a wild success. Tastes amazing, it's great fun, but the caramel doesn't really fit inside the format that well, and it goes everywhere. So that's not a problem for me. I'm quite happy licking my fingers at the end of the day doing it, but it's nice to see the creativity going into the traditional Quest format. And in that bar, sweet, there's still chunks in it and everything. So all the good chunk porny kind of thing from Quest that you know from the oldest bars, with the caramel infusion. They did a birthday cake, which I'll touch back on in a sec, because that is more than enough of an introduction, as per usual for me. Let's open this up. I am solo again today, so this is going to mean me coming to the camera. So I'll grab a couple of these just to show you what we're looking at here. It is worth showing this one, because I think this bar is definitely sexiest from the outside. So, these pink bars there. Hopefully that focused. There we go. We got all that. Does it look like that donut? Yeah, a little bit. Definitely not round. See the camera. Oh, go on, hit the own camera there. Come on, come on. There it is. So, cool. Yeah, you can see they're actual sprinkles. This is different from the birthday cake Quest bar in that they just had kind of coloured pieces in that rather than actual sprinkles on top. So these are crunchy sprinkled things with texture, which is a nice touch as well. So let's just take a bite. I will say there's no chunks in here. Well, I'll show you, but there isn't a huge amount going on. Okay, that's probably enough of that. Yes, the centre of this bar, bursting with flavour, which I'll try and explain in a sec. But it's very unusual. No chunks. There's no chips, there's no biscuity pieces, no cereal pieces, nothing like that at all. So, yeah, I always like seeing chunks in these things, and I think the whole chunk porn hashtag thing is one of the biggest legacy fun things from Quest. Always was with the choc chip cookie dough, which was sometimes 50% choc chips, and the cookies and cream, the double choc chunk, which we just got back in the European format, which is suitably chippy still. And these are always like gluten-free inclusions and chips and everything as well, which was always a nice touch. I know Quest used to have to make them themselves to ensure that they were gluten-free and good for you guys. And they could keep that promise up, you know. Okay, what am I eating? Chocolate sprinkled donut. First thing that hits you is probably the slight bitterness of the chocolate. It's a darker chocolate. It does actually taste of something, though, to be fair to it, and that's probably important to get across the idea of glaze on top of a chocolate sprinkled donut. So there's obviously a chocolate glaze with sprinkles on it. I'm going to hold this side by side while we're done with it, with the equally cute and pink birthday cake bar that we got from them a year ago, maybe more. It's been around for a while now, and I remember out of the gate, certainly coming over from the States, the reviews were a bit mixed on this, but as soon as it arrived, we absolutely loved it. It is very sweet. It's distinctly more vanilla-y experience than this, so yes, that's more faithful with the kind of North American take on birthday cake things we tend to see. There's no fruity note or anything. It is just vanilla. There's a sense of icing, thanks to basically the very sweet icing on this one as well. So these are the two of the long-running coated bars they're going to be now. We had the white chocolate peppermint bark, or is it just the peppermint bark that came out last Christmas as a seasonal one? That was the same, basically the same coating from the birthday cake, but with minty flecks in it. That worked well. Anyway, yeah, they have comparable sweetness, but the dark chocolate here distracts from, I guess, the overarching sweetness of it. Birthday cake can run with it. This one does tell a slightly different story, and I think they are shooting for... It's slightly spiced, which we weren't expecting, but it certainly gives this thing a signature, and all the while I'm trying to think, can I taste kind of, you know, Yum Yums or something like that, you know, make it a bit more British, go for the M&S. I don't eat so many straight up kind of ring donuts. I mean, I don't mind the odd mad filled one from Dunkin' Donuts and things. Do I mean Dunkin' Donuts? I probably don't mean Dunkin' Donuts. Krispy Kreme, that's what I'm thinking of. But I don't tend to eat just, you know, straight up traditional ring donuts. Yum Yums come close. I used to absolutely love those, and I still grab one every now and then. And I think with the icing on that and the general pastry sweetness and the slight toasting, there is not overarching, it's not strong. There is some of that in this bar. But yeah, I get some kind of spice, which is maybe just how the Americans tend to prefer their traditional donuts. It's not cinnamon or anything obvious, but there is it's like the fundamental pastry has some tone to it. I don't know. And then with the dark chocolate on top, are you going to take a bite of this and think it's a donut? No. Texture-wise, it is also quite firm. I'll definitely say that. Most of the Quest bars are quite firm, and it's a criticism often levied. I quite like it because I find some satisfaction in doing that, and when it's offset by chocolate chips, I think it works really well. But for this one, it is one of the firmer ones we've had of late, being, you know, totally fair about it, and heated up loads better. Which people often say about some of the Quest things, but I would say, yeah, just zap it 5-10 seconds, you will have a probably far more decadent experience out of this bar, and it's still a little bit cold at the moment, but I think room temperature, you're absolutely fine with doing it, but it does often bring some life to it, indeed any of the bars, and I've seen people microwaving Swolsome bars and everything. If you saw the video last week, I over-microwaved a Swolsome bar, and it literally melted in my hands, which was a bit of a shame with the Easter bar, because I took it too far, but the idea is sound. So yes, sprinkles on there. You can taste the sprinkles, incidentally. There are little tiny bursts of sweetness with these things. And again, that works quite nicely with the darker chocolate on the whole thing. So it was probably a good idea to put the dark chocolate, as it gives more tone to the overarching flavour of this thing. Yes, so there you go. Quest Chocolate Sprinkled Doughnut in the mix. Now, if you like the birthday cake, you're going to love this. That's the easiest way to pitch it. If you're more of a fan of the old school fudge-like chocolate chip fest ones, this is going to seem a little bit weird for you. But again, we do so well on the birthday cake ones that I dare say a lot of you are going to enjoy this. Sprinkles obviously counts as well. That certainly bumps up the sex appeal of this whole thing. And yeah, heated up, this is something quite special. I look forward to hearing back from you guys on this, because on the whole team, we've all been trying this, and I think we all agreed there was some sort of spice note to it. It could just be how the Americans tend to see a traditional donut formula. But yeah, I welcome any feedback we get, social media, any way you can capture it, even on this video actually below this, just to see what your take on it is as well. I mean, it's not a donut. Lenny and Larry's cookie certainly wasn't a donut on the chocolate sprinkled donut of that we got recently, but it's an in vogue flavour, and yeah, Quest, nice to see them giving it a little bit of a try, and I guess we'll see what they come up with next. Hopefully that one will be far more chunky. Obviously, we did just get the Choc hazelnut. That was quite chunky with chocolate chips and massive hazelnut. So, yes, I guess we might be back to chunky after this one. That is all in the mix now. Whole boxes, pick and mix in our Not So Dirty Dozen bundle as usual. We've restocked most of the other flavours. We've attempted to identify as clearly as possible which are EU flavours and which are the imported American ones. Gradually we'll segue all the way over to EU Formula Ones. And I think, yeah, some of them aren't as good, some of them are better for me. Honestly, I love that new double choc chunk. So I think it's probably going to give you cause again to get another pick and mix bundle from the site, just to revisit some of the older flavours and see. You might suddenly like them a load more in the new format. You might suddenly think, oh, that's, they're not for me anymore, got to try different ones. But there is really something for everyone in the range there, and Quest, they do go above and beyond in terms of the quality of these things and delivering a good product. So we always trust them, love them. Protein-wise, we try and keep that coming in. Their Quest chips are flying out on us. I don't think I've got any of the small tubs back in. We got some of the Quest protein back in, the cinnamon one with cereal pieces beyond cereal pieces here, cookies and cream, but salted caramel, vanilla, I think, chocolate, cold brew latte. We've got some of these in new smaller tub format, so it's around about 21, 22, 23 servings, slightly friendlier price, brings it just under £30, and yeah, it makes it an easier entry point into these, yes, high quality, expensive proteins from them. But yeah, they look super cute. They got new labels, peanut butter as well, that's back in the new format. They're all up on site now. We'll try and get more of their tortillas in very soon as well. Yes, we do have a Quest delivery this week with a lot of the other flavours, like I think apple pie is out of stock right now, that's coming back. Cinnamon roll might be out, that's coming back. Oh, okay, enough Quest. Nice, then give that one a try. It has gone down incredibly well so far, so this is wonderful to see, but I'm looking forward to the reviews. We're going to stick with snacks. Another US import one we've been waiting for a while. I'm not going to pretend this is a brand we do much with at all. I don't even think we've got any of their supplements on site, but very popular, they're doing very well. It's Redcon 1, of course. Just doesn't really fit the mix so well in terms of the kind of militaristic branding, but yeah, good quality stuff, and I know a lot of you guys enjoy, I always see on social media, and the brand is growing quite fast. Snack wise, we do like what they're doing a little bit, not so much these, but we are very excited about the breakfast bars that are coming up now. So they're crispy, they've got coating on the underside, drizzled across the top like cereal pieces. I think there's a Fruit Loops one, there's a birthday cakey one, there's a cinnamon one. We're hoping to have these in the mix this week actually, so keep an eye on site. We're making a big fuss about those because we love texture, we love crunch, the same as we do with the new Fortifex bars we just got, any of that kind of granola experience, they'll be great. But right now, we've got the two newest flavours, that completes our range in fact, of the MRE bars. So these are, broadly speaking, a sort of meal replacement-y bars, but they're only about 260 calories, nothing too scary, and it's only because they add in, not mad sugars or anything, but they add in sort of oats and stuff. So it's more of a real food bar, but it's still not far off that kind of, 200, 250 calorie justifiable range. And for that, slightly bigger bar, 67 grams, very satisfying. You have, yes, it's 29 grams of carbs, only 6 grams of sugar, so still a reasonable amount of sugar, so it's good quality carbs, 20 grams of protein still hit in there. The real novelty of these bars, I'll say right now, because it does put some people off, is the mixed protein source they're using. Typically we see, I don't know, whey certainly, and then you're seeing collagen, gelatin, things like that in some of these other bars, which usually come from, is like bovine sourced. So, I mean, technically speaking, no, not vegetarian, like with the grenade bars, all except the dark chocolate raspberry. I mean, Quest, all vegetarian, One Bar's all vegetarian, some of the others, but yeah, a lot of the big ones, like the Battle Bites, the Bear Bells, the grenade bars, yes, they are not actually vegetarian in terms of the fundamental ingredients. Anyway, this one is very not vegetarian because it has, as protein sources, was worth reeling this one off, it's impressive, beef protein isolate, salmon protein, chicken protein, and then egg albumin, so egg whites, brown rice protein, and pea protein. It looks like there's some whey in here as well, but fundamentally, yeah, like every protein source you can imagine, which is just makes it very balanced. As I say, real food one is what they're shooting for there. There's probably a great many other reasons to use this stuff, but it just gives the bars a little bit of unique novelty, and it ties in with their MRE food replacement powders and the MRE light and stuff. But yeah, just the bars. We don't tend to do those kind of powders. And we've just got in German chocolate cake and iced carrot cake. Now, I'm going to shock some of you here. We have been after these for a while, like months and months. We finally got some in, not many, but some. And we have fully restocked all the other flavors like oatmeal, choc chip, and peanut butter, and oh, I don't know, there's a whole bunch of these things. They're all back in sight now, and there's a Gimme More bundle as well, so you can pick a mix across 12, always. I'm going to shock you. The iced carrot cake, not my favourite. We tried that one. It's a white chocolatey coated one, obviously spiced on the inside, what looked to be nuts and kind of real carrot cake pieces. They've made an effort with it, but for me, yeah, it's just not a flavour I've loved. I much prefer the Battle Bites carrot cake that's buried under there. I like the icing on it, but there's a sort of note to the inside of the bar that just, I suppose it's not bad, but it's not quite what I was expecting. They've gone a slightly different way with the carrot cake. So I'm sure some of you are going to absolutely love it. It's certainly been the big winner since we put the stock up. I'm going to shock though and say the German chocolate cake, wasn't really expecting much from this. That's actually blown me away, and I think the darker chocolate on the outside works with the sweetener and stuff they've used on the inside to give a much better balanced flavour. So I'm actually going to open this to show you, just because it's kind of thick and fudgy and intense. German chocolate cake, I also didn't know this, learnt it quite recently, is nothing to do with the Germans. So I figured this was maybe a Black Forest Gateau style thing, traditional in Germany, and the Americans just made it as a kind of nod to them. Again, the same way we'd have, I don't know, like English muffins and things like that, you know, where the countries they came from, or French fries, you know. Actually, apparently German, I forgot the guy's name, was a guy in the States, years back, was the first guy to create like a refined cocoa powder you could use for baking, something like that. And obviously it led to the creation of a lot of intense, rich chocolate cakes, and I guess the recipe was it's like named after him as a kind of nod to the ingredient he enabled, you know, bakes, cooks, chefs and stuff around the States to use, and it became one of the traditional cakes. So I've seen German chocolate cake a lot. You could probably see it as a kind of intense chocolate cake gateau. That wouldn't be far off, but they do tend to use coconut as well, which with the intensity of the chocolate kind of deepens it, actually. Anyway, yeah, I'm hardly Mary Berry. I can't really lecture on this stuff, but I'm going to come in and show you this one too. As I say, it's not my favourite protein format. I wouldn't really choose something like this, but from the range here, I was super impressed with this of the two new flavours. So it's knobbly, it's promising, it's dark, it looks substantial. Yeah, barely appealing bar, mysterious and whatever from the outside. And you can see the coconut pieces actually in the artwork on it. So, pretty soft, right, all things considering, the thick coating. The coconut in there, let me get the picture here. Come on. Here you go, there's like biscuity crunchies in the top layer, all coated in the slightly dark chocolate. You can see the sort of coconut white going around the thing, fudgy chocolate on the inside. Yeah, it's actually amazingly nice. Yeah, dark chocolate bounty. Impressed, really impressed. I love coconut chocolate. I know it's not that popular. It's one of those niche flavors like chocolate and mint people don't really dig. Coconut, if you love coconut, that's fantastic. It is like an intense bounty. There's obviously no trace of chicken and salmon protein stuff going on in there, and the good nutritionals that come with it are an added bonus. But it makes that quite a delicious bar that I'm actually going to suggest as my must-try over probably the iced carrot cake. It's all worth having to go and do a mix, and you'll find your faves and stuff, because some of the others are real gems as well. The oatmeal is really, really nice. But yeah, German chocolate cake, surprise win there. That is in the mix while stocks last. And yes, we will be making a big fuss about the breakfast bars. I think BAR, breakfast at the ready, is what they're going for. So again, keeping with the military thing, but that's kind of golden and gorgeous looking. That'll be coming in the week ahead. Okay, that's bars done. Taking up way too much time. I always do when it comes to Quest. So we're going to move to other foodie items. We'll do drinks as a bit of an interjection. A bit of a change of pace. So yeah, you might have noticed me drinking this very, very salmon pink, cute Raise Energies from Rep Sports. strawberry colada flavour. I love a cocktail. The less manly, the better, as far as I'm concerned. So pina coladas always been a favourite. And yes, straight up coladas and things, daiquiris and stuff. That's great. With the strawberry colada, I think colada actually means coconut, like pina colada would be pineapple coconut. Not too much of a coconut note here, save for a sort of trace of soft sweetness. It's a strawberry experience. Big fan of strawberry in these drinks. As you'll remember, we did last week in the Epic one with the Miami Nocco, which I think has already become our best-selling, well, not best-selling, but we get through a lot of the tropical and the passion and everything, but it's been the quickest selling Nocco we've ever had. So a lot of you guys have dived on this. Maybe you're just desperate for that taste of summer, but it looks amazing. I'm not surprised. Yeah, that's my favourite Nocco one there. The sweetness, I mean, that's a little bit sharper than this. Say that straight away. Maybe it's because the American palate, again, flavouring these import drinks, a little bit different from the Swedish one, the Scandinavian one, wherever they come from. Yeah, that's perhaps more kind of iced colada, iced daiquiri. This is more colada. So yes, I guess the coconut miles it out. I'm drinking that. That tied with this vividly green thing here, which has got the fun name, Sour Gummy Worms, flavour name. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to bring these in just so you see the cans up close, because they are very cute and fun. There we go. We've got 6 flavours. Out of the gate. I think there's a new 7th one, like a starbursty type thing, which will be coming in the not too distant future. But yeah, sour gummy worms. What else have I picked up? We've got grape bubblegum. Again, grape is the overarching note. Bubblegum's maybe the softer sweetness for it. Tastes to me like Calpol, which is a very good thing. I used to pretend to be ill when I was a kid just to get that kind of sweet childhood, you know, the youngest kid Calpol thing. Absolutely divine candy grape. We've got guava mango here. Yes, that's not really for me. It does taste a bit like umbongo, which they drink in the Congo. You know the song. I mean, Hippo took an apricot, a guava, and a mango. There you go. Yeah, but this was actually one of Millie's favourites, so she loves that one. And then, yeah, this is the kind of Monster Ultra-esque one. It's a kind of citrusy grapefruit thing going on. Very drinkable. Phantom Freeze. So it's like the Winter Blast. Hyde one as well. They've gone for the same kind of flavour. Even, to be honest, like the white 3D energy. So you'll feel right at home with that. Yeah, the one thing to say about these, aside from the strength of it and everything, is they're very still. Like some of the other drinks we've got, like the 3D, they're less carbonated. These are a lot less carbonated. I mean, this looks to be the most carbonated of all of them, as you'd expect with the kind of zingy candy flavoured one. But yeah, they are quite still, very drinkable. Just on the right side of gloopy, I suppose. With some of them, you can sort of sense there's more going on. Like the America energy drinks. They are more like fruit juices because of that thicker kind of texture. I mean, it's a microscopic, minuscule type thing, because obviously you're still drinking a soft drink and it's still basically water, but you can sort of sense something on the palate. They've done a good job of disguising quite a lot of caffeine and quite a lot of nootropic stuff in these. So I really like the formula here because for an everyday drink, this is probably too much for me. It's definitely more of a pre-workout one. Or, you know, Monday morning, absolutely knackered to see you through half the day. But they're about, I think, 300 milligrams of caffeine a can. So that puts it right up there. And there's quite a lot of nootropic stuff in there as well, alongside kind of electrolytes, taurine, you know, that kind of stuff that goes into a lot of these drinks. But there's no beta-alanine, so nothing like the C4 drinks, which is definitely what you definitely don't want at your desk. There's nothing like creatine in there. There are sort of BCAAs and other bits and pieces. But yeah, basically, it's a caffeine and nootropic blend. And the cool thing about the nootropic level in there is it actually softens out the crash from the caffeine. So these things promise no crash, and provided you don't down it in one, I think you'll probably benefit from that. The promise is actually pretty good if you're reasonably caffeine tolerant like I am. Certainly not experiencing any crash from these things, and I've been trialing them over the last week or two as we've been trying to find time to introduce you to them. But yeah, these are all up in the mix now. And they're all in one listing, so you can mix and match. I think there is a box, basically discount if you pick and mix 12 of them. But yeah, something new to try. As I say, Rep Sports, don't do anything else by them. Not sure anything else in their range is available in the UK at present. But the drinks were so cute and colourful, so sweet and so fun, we had to give them a go in the mix. And yeah, big fan, Strawberry Colada, recommend that one, recommend the Sour Gummy one. But the Guava Mango has been a really good seller out the gate, so people must love that. And there you go. Another energy drink for our selection there. What's next? I'm going to keep drinking that one. Yeah, I mentioned the eggs, that's why they're still sitting here. Just under a week, well, a week till Easter, but we have to cut off shipping. We can't dispatch on Fridays, basically, and then I think couriers, Royal Mail will deliver on the Saturday, but basically our shipping cut-off for Easter is going to have to be Tuesday, I think, just to be safe. I mean, yes, if we do DPD before cut-off on Wednesday, you should have it Thursday, but yeah, get those orders in early if you're after your eggs. It's the last-ditch one of those. We've only got a handful left. Lots of the cute little mini ones. These mini ones we have reloaded, and we'll be keeping these going in the mix of the month through the month, just because it's kind of funny. You should try them. And there is the Easter egg, my muscle mug as well. Easter, yeah, that's with the Galaxy chocolate cream egg inside. I say cream egg, it's not cream egg. The Galaxy caramel egg inside. There you go. So M rushed us some more of those because they disappeared straight away. And we've got, yes, Swalsome. Bit of a problem here. As I film this, we've actually got a bit of a courier issue. We picked up the last batch, as promised, from Maddie down in the southwest, a couple of days ago, and we were let down on delivery yesterday. So we've got part of it. We're just trying to find out what's happened. So hopefully, by the time you see this, the bars are, you know, up on site. I've promoted it on Instagram. They're all flying out, and you've got them in time for Easter and the rest of it. But obviously, the first batch disappeared just after doing the video, as I said it probably would. And we are desperately trying to get more in now. There's hordes of you waiting. Yeah, watch this space. I'm still trying to get back, get confirmation from the couriers and see what's actually happened. But it's en route somewhere. Anyway, yeah, that's Easter about done. Coming up from Easter, there's going to be, oh, well, we got loads of new stuff. But we'll come to that in a minute. Final new one I want to show you about here, tell you about here. Skinny Food Co. As we said last week, we finally got their low sugar jams in. So these are low sugar, low calorie jams, real strawberry, real apricot packed in these as well. There's texture to it. You can actually kind of see, I don't know if it's pulp, the flake. You can actually see it. There's not, you know, there's minuscule seeds and everything. It's quite smooth, but I mean, you can actually see the real fruit swirling around inside. Yeah, ditto on the apricot one there. There you go. So yeah, these are all vegan friendly, veggie friendly, obviously gluten free. Tick all the usual boxes, sugar wise, etc. That Skinny Food Co. do with their amazing sauces, syrups, dips, and the rest. Zero guilt, zero gluten, blah, blah, blah. You know, all the usual stuff. So, yeah, we have tried a few of these products before, certainly from companies like Jim Jams and things. Yeah, always been fine. Again, this is a best of breed. Really impressed with what the guys turned out. We've been waiting for weeks for this one. It's a great one in time for, you know, summer and, I don't know, Wimbledon-style tea parties and desserts or whatever else. But I'm so glad they pushed forward with doing this, and glad Strawberry made it. I'd love to see more flavours, actually. Then you can obviously do kind of raspberry. You can do, I don't know, grape and stuff can be good fun. But these are in the mix now, and I think pretty much all the other flavours from them, sauces and syrups are in as well, and still flying. Whew. Yeah, final one I'm going to mention here, Jim Buddy Donuts. Our old friends here, Jim, aka Tom, aka Jim, over at Jim Buddy. We had a restock on those. We've been doing quite well at keeping them in. But we have been out of, I think, just the chocolate orange might have just sold out at the end of this week, and peanut butter went about a week ago. So we've got peanut butter back, we've got chocolate orange back, we've obviously got a load of vanilla bean. They're all in the mix right now, on site, available on the rest of it. Yeah, you can have some fun with that. Right, that's it, yeah. So I'm just going to cover what's coming next week quickly. We've got, maybe right at the back end of next week, as promised, more MTS. So that's a restock on outright bars, outright spreads and stuff that have actually been going down quite well now. They were slow to start, but you guys seem to be enjoying those. The special kind of thick set, honey infused kind of outright uniqueness to them. They're actually quite delicious. They do grow on you. The outright bars, obviously the almond was incredibly popular. The butterscotch incredibly popular. They're all coming back, loads of them. But we've got a huge range of the £2 tubs. We'll keep promo going with free shakers on the big tubs as well as much as possible. We'll try and bring it to that too. I think I might introduce some new bundles on site with the smaller tubs now we have them, or we will have them, that we can actually then upsell with shakers and freebies and things like that as well. So leave it with us. We're going to be doing more and more with them. And we have a restock on most of the big tubs as well. Certainly Red Velvet Cake back, which was my favourite, and disappeared quite quickly. Cookies and Cream back, in loads and loads and loads. Also, we should have a new Vasky, which is the stim-free pump one that's in like flavoured now. I think it's Rainbow Candy. Been waiting for that one for a while. All flavours of Ruckus back, including Blue Raspberry. Ghost-wise, we did get a restock. We got cereal milk back and milk chocolate back, finally in the way, as promised. We haven't had any luck with cinnamon cereal milk yet. As I say, that's amazing, but we'll chase it up as soon as we can. Ghost Burn, just launched on the UK site. I think there might still be stock available. They did reload it quite quickly, and that's a fantastic kind of stimulant-y fat burner style product. I'm not looking at it as a fat burner, and we won't sell it as such, really. It's more of a kind of, I don't know, metabolic booster. But you could use it as a pre-workout in the gym. Whole load of good stim ingredients will really get you sweating, so it's great in time for summer to get lean and shredded and all that. And yeah, you can stack it with like Ghost Pump and things going in there as well. And I think it's just sour watermelon warheads flavour to start, but there are more flavours coming. Yeah, a whole ton of other stuff. Oh, and the new vegan, we've got the peanut butter cereal milk back from them. I think pancake batter is about to launch in the States, and it might even make it out in the UK this week as well. So we'll see. Again, we'll try and get that as soon as we can in the mix, but their vegan protein has been incredibly popular for us. Yeah, Swalsome, obviously, we're trying to chase up back in as well. Fulfill just launched a new bar, so there's chocolate peanut butter there. Now, I know they do a chocolate, like a peanut caramel one, which is chocolate coated, which sounds really samey. I think this is going to be the newer format that they've been doing with the hazelnut whip and the chocolate salted caramel. So expect lighter, fluffier, kind of more of a caramel layer, just a far more indulgent, kind of more up-to-the-minute bar. And if it's anything like the chocolate salted caramel, will be an incredible bestseller and will really kind of revive the Fulfill range. So can't wait for that one. The photographs, the cross sections look great already. And there is a little something coming from Bear Bells, as we did promise as well. Not entirely sure this week, next, or whatever, but keep an eye out for a new bar from them. Oh, True Women bars. The final one I will end here. These amazing like iced, really, really fun, colourful, and the rest of it, vegan-friendly protein bars that we've been bringing in from the US, from Colorado ourselves. We have a full restock on those coming, so they have proved incredibly popular. We didn't even really get a chance to do the full promo on them. The initial stock went so quickly, but we've certainly got loads of Daydreaming About Donuts coming back in, and that one really does taste like a donut, certainly with the amazing icing. We've got OO cookie dough, we've got Smother Fudger peanut butter, all the flavours fully reloaded, coming back in. Hopefully this week. We're doing our best to get it in time for Easter. The shipment is just leaving the States as we speak. So we get lucky with customs. That will be in before the end of the week as well. And we'll throw them up on site. New one bar. Oh God, it never ends, does it? The chocolate peanut butter cup, that is due imminently as well. Hoping to have that right at the beginning of next week too. We'll do a launch on that, introduce you there. Right, I'm going to stop. Don't worry, I'll save some stuff for next week. Obviously, it is Easter, so we've got to see exactly what schedule we're doing here. If we've got exciting stuff to tell you about still, if those new bits I mentioned made it, I will obviously do a video here and get it up for you guys for some Easter viewing while you're busy enjoying your cocoa plus eggs and hot cross buns and otherwise. Yeah, I'll see you in a couple of weeks after that, when we will almost certainly have a ton of new things to tell you about. Always on the move here. Anyway, have a fantastic weekend, guys. I think by the time I get this up, it will be quite late, but hope you had a fantastic weekend, and we'll catch you in the mix for the next weekly roundup. Bye for now.